Hello, this is Florence, the mathematics tutor, and we are looking at factorial. On our sheet, we are asked if n plus 5 factorial over n plus 3 factorial is equal to n squared plus an plus b. We should find the value of a and that of b. Now, basically, when we study the question very well, we will need to focus on the left-hand side. After obtaining the answers for the left-hand side, then we compare to what we have on the right-hand side. If you study this one very well, this one is a quadratic polynomial with a degree of 2. So our focus should be here. Now remember that under factorial, this is basically the product of positive numbers from n to 1, where the n represents the given number. So now, when you study this carefully, the given number here is n plus 5. The given number is n plus 5, which means that as we move, the 5 will be reducing because for every value, this will reduce. An example is, so n plus 5 will be n plus 5 here. That's the given number. The next one will be n plus 5 minus 1, followed by n plus 5 minus 2. This is basically what we do. And here too for n plus 3, as we move it to be n plus 3, the given number, followed by n plus 3 minus 1, followed by n plus 3 minus 2. So now you realize that the numbers will be reducing by 1 as we move. So let's continue. So our n plus 5 factorial can be written as n plus 5, n plus 4, n plus 3. Now, we can pause over here. The reason being that we want to clear the denominator, and the denominator is n plus 3 factorial. So we can end here. Now we brought the sign because this means that we can still continue. But for the purposes of reducing this, we are ending here. All over n plus 3 factorial. Now, n plus 3 factorial in the numerator will cancel out n plus 3 factorial in the denominator. So now we are having n plus 5, n plus 4. Now, so what we do is that we expand this. So n times n will give us n squared, n times 4, 4n. 5 times n is 5n. 5 times 4 is 20. Now we are getting n squared plus 9n plus 20. Now, we've been able to solve this. So now let's equate it to what we were given. N squared an plus b. Now we can compare. So we can say our n squared here is equal to n squared. Then we'll say that here our 9n is equal to an. So these are n. And when you check the coefficient, here is 9 and here is a, which means that the value of a is equal to 9. Then we move on to the b. And the b is this term over here. We shall say that b is equal to 20. So remember that when it comes to factorial, especially with these types of questions, your focus is to clear the denominator. Sometimes too, your focus may be to clear the numerator. And remember, since it's the product of positive numbers from n, that is the given number, to 1, as we move, it reduces. So n plus 5 factor became n plus 5, n plus 4, n plus 3 factorial. Why? Because we want to cancel out the n plus 3 factorial, which is the denominator. So that's what we ended with, the factorial sign. And then now we had into brackets n plus 5, n plus 4. Then basic mathematics, we expand this. Then finally, we equate what we had for the left-hand side to what we have for the right-hand side. Then we compare. So therefore, we'll say that our A is equal to 9 and our B is equal to 20.